Hey, I'm Ian with Fit Prosperity, and I want to show you how you can get the benefits of taking 66 different superfoods every single day without eating pounds of fruits and veggies, without all the calories that comes from that, without juicing, and without taking a bunch of pills and supplements that you don't even know if they work. All in just a tiny little 1-ounce shot that takes just 3 seconds per day, is just 15 calories, and it's non-GMO, it's caffeine-free, it's gluten-free, and it's vegan. Now, we sell this bottle every day on Amazon for $80. We sell it on our site for $70. But right now, you can actually try out for free. So just watch this short video to find out how.
Do you ever have trouble getting out of bed in the morning? Do you struggle to get through your day without reaching for caffeine-laden drinks like coffee, soda, or energy drinks? Do you know you need to eat more fruits and veggies each day, but don't know how to do it consistently? Have you spent hundreds of dollars on a juicing machine, only to use it for a few days before hiding it away in your cupboard? Never to be seen again? Have you wasted money on expensive supplements, only to find out they don't even work? Are you tired of a cupboard that looks like this? Or a counter that looks like this? Or traveling with a bag that looks like this? What if I told you you could replace all those pills with this? Well, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, or paleo, if you suffer from gluten intolerance, or you just want to achieve optimal health, Body Boost may be the answer for you. And in just a few minutes, you're going to discover how just a 1-ounce shot of this powerful superfood elixir each day can help curb cravings, promote energy, and rid your cupboards of vitamins and supplements. So stay tuned, because you're about to find out how you can claim your free supply today.
I have one final thing I want to talk to you about Body Boost, and it's realistically the most important part of taking it. It's something I call the nutrient tank. Now, the nutrient tank is basically what you fill when you start taking all of the different foods and all the different nutrients you need. And I'm going to draw a really complex drawing of how this works and why it's so important. This is your nutrient tank, and it's probably empty. If you're lucky, maybe it's a little bit full, or if you're really lucky, maybe it's about half full. Now, the reason that's so important is because when you don't have all the nutrients you need, your body can't function optimally. Now, what you want, obviously, is a full nutrient tank. Now, the reason you want to fill your nutrient tank is because you're going to experience a lot of different benefits, and everybody experiences something slightly different, because based on what nutrients you're deficient in, you'll experience a different benefit from that. Now, the 3 most common things that people experience are increased energy, reduced inflammation, and craving control. Now, the reason the energy part is so important is because instead of having to go through your day and reach for things like coffee or Red Bull or 5-hour energy just to make sure you actually feel okay and get your work done, you don't have to do that because your body's naturally producing the energy it needs. Now, the second part of the energy is better sleep. For most people, sleep is something that's luck. It's up to chance. Maybe you sleep well, maybe you don't. Now, my mom, when she started taking Body Boost, had her first good night's sleep in about 20 years. She would basically wake up constantly throughout the night and not be able to fall back asleep. Now, she can actually go through the night and sleep because she was missing key nutrients that were affecting sleep. Now, another part of this is the reduced inflammation. Now, as you're aging, that's extremely important because your body's going to actually start to create more inflammation. And for me, and for a lot of people who are really active, the big benefit is after playing a lot of sports and going through a lot of injuries, basically just have a bunch of aches and pains. And once I started taking Boost, I found I've torn my ankle, I've torn my Achilles, I've had all sorts of injuries, and basically constantly have inflammation in those areas. When I started taking Boost, that went away for the first time ever. Now, the other part that's so awesome is craving control. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to lose fat, it's one of the most powerful things that you can have. Because basically, when your nutrient tank's not full, your body's going to look for quick fixes in order to get the nutrients it needs. And that's typically going to be things like ice cream, cookies, chocolate, or if it's salt, it's going to be things like, chips and popcorn. Now imagine how much easier it is to lose weight when you don't naturally even want to reach for those foods, and you naturally start eating better and moving more because you've got more energy and your nutrient tank's full. So once it is full, you basically shut off the eat switch in your brain. And another part of that is chromium. Chromium is the most important nutrient when it comes to cravings, and a lot of people are deficient in chromium, especially women, because it's not found in many foods. Broccoli is the most dense chromium food, and you basically have to eat a ton of it at every single meal just to get enough in your system.
Hey, I just want to quickly show you how these pills absorb into your body, or more accurately, how they do not absorb into your body. Let me explain. As you know, not all supplements are created equal. Some manufacturers use junk ingredients, which makes it harder for your body to break down and use. To know how well your body will be able to process any kind of food or superfood, one easy thing to look at is how quickly they dissolve. Since your stomach has acids inside to break down your food, you can test this pretty easily. Simply drop your favorite supplement in a half glass of vinegar, and pour your 1 ounce super shot in another glass. We're using a Centrum multivitamin for women. Stir them up. The calcium tablets should dissolve in 30 minutes, magnesium supplements in 45 minutes, and a multivitamin should take no more than 60 minutes. You can see that in the super shot, all the nutrients are already dissolved. So instead of having to wait 30 or even 60 minutes for your supplement to kick in, this power shot starts being absorbed into your body the moment you drink it. The Centrum multivitamin is finally dissolved after 31 minutes and 26 seconds. Now, some pills can take so long to dissolve that they'll even show up in your large intestine in an X-ray. The worst part is, most of the nutrients are in your small intestine, which means if your body hasn't absorbed the nutrients by the time it gets to your large intestine, your body has already missed most of the goodness packed inside of those pills.
Outside of the problems with supplements, the things like how hard it is for them to absorb into your body,
Right.
and all the fillers that are in them, what do you find is the other thing that people really struggle with?
Well, I think that people get so much information that they end up with this in their cupboards. They just have too much of random minerals and vitamins, and they're just, they get to the point where, oh, I need a multivitamin mineral. Oh, I better get that. Oh, I need magnesium. Oh, I better get that. Oh, I need vitamin B. I better get that. And so then they end up with a closet full of vitamins, and then they're overwhelmed and can't remember which day to take what, and so on and so forth. They just get confused, totally confused.
Right, it's a lot. I mean, there's 28 different, types of pills right here that people have to take on a daily basis, and you're trying to remember, which one did I take today? Do I take it in the morning? Is this the one I take at night? Do I need to eat every time I take these pills? And it's a pain. And that's why, we need a better solution, and we have a better solution.
Awesome.
Now, liquid supplements aren't a panacea. Sometimes the active ingredients can react in solution. But there's one other thing to keep in mind. Most vitamins don't have the superfood extracts you'll find in this super shot. We formulated a super shot to help kill cravings, improve overall body health, and give you an extra edge with weight loss. Instead of having to eat each one of these 66 foods that contains these powerful ingredients, there's no other option in the world that uses this exact blend. This formula has been used by men and women not just to boost their health, but even fight cravings. One woman even lost 20 pounds with this 1 ounce super shot. It's called Body Boost. Now, to be fair, you could take individual pills to get the same ingredients, but you'd need to take 28 different types of pills to get all the same stuff. You need pills for vitamin A, B12, B6, B3, B9, D, E, minerals like magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, calcium, chromium, vanadium. I'm not even going to count the 72 plant-derived trace minerals just to make things easy. There's 3 critical types of amino acids: L-glutamine, L-leucine, L-valine, and the antioxidants and botanicals: aloe vera, ginseng, green tea, milk thistle, echinacea, resveratrol, acai berry, goji berry, glutathione, and gotu kola. So, you could either take this whole stack of pills every day, or drink a tiny 1 ounce super shot. Now, the other part about taking these pills is it can be expensive. I went on Amazon and added all 28 kinds of pills to the cart. Got the absolute cheapest brands I could find, so the total came to just $237.28. Unfortunately, you'd have to pay that amount every single month.
Okay, now a lot of people will, get into trying to achieve optimal health, and they think that they can get all of the nutrients, minerals, everything they need just from eating whole foods. Maybe they hear something about paleo, and they think if I just eat a bunch of fruits and veggies and eat really clean food, I'll get all the nutrients I need. And so what do you think about that?
Well, first of all, honest truth be told, most people don't eat what they need or how they
Right.
quote unquote should eat. We hate that word should, but it's true. Most people don't eat as as is what would bring about optimal health. So secondly, even if they did, and I'd like to think that I do my very best to eat very well, but still, because of our food supply, because of the distance it has to travel, because of poor soils, and all of those things.
And the poor souls.
Yes.
Who are
or
eating these bad foods.
soils, yeah, that too, poor souls. Who are eating the bad food, exactly. Then there is a reason to bring in a whole food multivitamin mineral, and whole food is important.
Right.
A whole food-based multivitamin mineral is an important choice.
Right, and that's what we do with Body Boost is we extract all the most important pieces of the whole foods that people are trying to eat. And it's like you said, is we all want to eat better. We know we should eat better, but the reality of eating, you're going to eat 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. That's 21 meals a week. Unless you're planning out every single meal, you can't guarantee that you're going to get all the nutrients you need. Because even people like bodybuilders and fitness people who are measuring every single meal, the carbs, the protein, the fat, they're still not focused on the nutrients. And when you don't have the nutrients you need, your body can't function as well as it should.
That's right. We need nutrition. We need the minerals, we need the vitamins, we need the macronutrients, we need the micronutrients to optimally function.
Right, and that's where, like you said, the minerals is, the food does have to travel a long way. And 50 years ago, 100 years ago, the food was a lot healthier. But now you have, an apple grown in Iowa isn't the same as an apple grown in California because the soil's different. And there are 71 different trace minerals in Body Boost. And
Wow.
that's something that you just can't guarantee anymore that you're going to get from just trying to eat really healthy.
You see, the beauty of this elixir is that you get all these superfood ingredients in just a 1 ounce shot. However, one of the most powerful components of this nutrient super shot isn't just that it can help you lose weight by controlling cravings, or that it can replace all the supplements you're taking now. You see, many people's bodies get hammered by free radicals. The problem is these free radicals don't always come from the foods we eat. They can actually be produced by your own cells. Inside your cells, there are microscopic power plants called mitochondria. These burn the food you eat to make energy for your body, just like a coal power plant burns coal to make electricity. The problem is the pollution. Just like coal power plants put off smoke and pollution that hurts the environment, the microscopic power plants in your cells put off free radical pollution that hurts your cells. Here's why. These free radicals are highly reactive inside your body. They can attack proteins, lipids, and even DNA. It's like if you were sitting beside a campfire. You want the heat, but you have to watch out for sparks jumping out and catching your clothes on fire. Free radicals are those little sparks. Researchers from the Buck Institute for Research on Aging seem to think that with the right kind of antioxidants, you can snuff out these sparks. Now the fact is, not all antioxidants are as useful as others. So I had Brunswick Labs, a tester who's worked with Johnson & Johnson, Campbell's Soups, Kraft Foods, and PepsiCo, test them and see how this super shot stacks up. We tested against GNC's Mega Man, the USANA Health Pack, and Centrum Multivitamin. This 66 nutrient shot has an ORAC rating, which Brunswick Labs uses to determine how many antioxidants are inside, 144.5% higher than the next highest competitor. Granted, you could bump up the serving sizes for those other items, but you'd have to take 57 Centrum pills to match the ORAC score in this super shot. It scores so high because of a few key antioxidants. First is glutathione, which can help repair damaged cells caused by stress, radiation, pollution, infection, and a host of other ailments. Second is vitamin E, which the National Institute of Health recognizes as an antioxidant that helps protect cells against free radicals. And third, you've got selenium, which is a powerful factor in regulating your metabolism. But the secret of this super shot helping you fight cravings and stay healthy isn't just high hydro-ORAC test scores, which are the results that tell you how many lab-certified antioxidants we have inside. The real secret is how many nutrients you get from it without needing to consume massive quantities of fruits and veggies every single day.
And now, we were just talking about whole foods
Yes.
and how important it is. And what I didn't say is that there are 66 different superfoods inside just this one shot.
Superfoods.
Superfoods, so not just normal foods, but superfoods.
Okay.
And, and on top of that, it's loaded with antioxidants, which is really important when it comes to free radicals.
Yes.
So is that something you think people really think about enough, is the free radicals in their body?
Well, I think they hear about it, but they don't really necessarily know what free radicals means. But here's the thing, is that these superfoods, and they're those bright colored fruits and vegetables.
Right.
That's what we're talking about when
Yeah.
we're talking about superfoods, the really rich reds and greens and bright colors, oranges. What they do is they are important for decreasing cellular inflammation, getting right down to the cells of the body and being sure that they are not inflamed. And that is key to optimal health.
Right, especially as you're getting older, that's one of the biggest factors of aging is inflammation
Yes.
in the body.
That's right.
And without the right amount of nutrients, you're going to experience more inflammation.
That's right.
I mean, I even have that, and I'm not aging that fast yet, but I experience it, and Body Boost helps me a ton after playing so many sports my whole life with inflammation.
And all these nutrients fit inside a 1 ounce super shot. If you want to get the same nutrients found in this little sip of liquid, you'd have to eat 500 grapes to get the same amount of resveratrol, which is thought to be one of the secrets of why the French stay looking so young. Early studies suggest it can help protect against diabetes, Alzheimer's, and help you live longer even if you don't eat as healthy as you should. Now, you'd need to eat 52 strawberries to get the same amount of L-glutathione, which is one of your body's strongest antioxidants. Researchers have seen low levels of this in Alzheimer's patients, not to mention people who had heart attacks. You'd have to down 29 eggs to get the same amount of vitamin D in your system. This is important because not having enough vitamin D has been linked to breast cancer, colon cancer, heart disease, depression, and even weight gain. 10 cups of green peas to get the same amount of vitamin B3. This nutrient is critical for healthy skin. At the worst, if you don't get enough B3 on a regular basis, you can suffer from the disease pellagra that can harm your skin and even lead to dementia. Lacking a little bit of B3 can slow down your metabolism that keeps your body from burning calories as quickly. You'll need 11.5 cups of quinoa to get the same amount of selenium. Don't skip on this because it helps protect your eyes against cataracts. Sometimes you can tell if you don't have enough selenium in your diet if you've got weak, achy muscles. You'll have to eat 75 pecans to get the same amount of manganese, which the University of Maryland lists as possibly helping with arthritis and diabetes. And you'll need 9.7 cups of broccoli for chromium and vitamin E. The US government's National Institute of Health believes chromium enhances insulin action, which is critical for your body to properly store carbohydrates, fats, and protein. You don't want to store too much or too little. Not to mention 2.2 cups of asparagus for vitamin B9, 3.3 cups of dark leafy greens for the magnesium, 1 cup of chopped mushroom for vitamin B5, 2.5 cups of sun-dried tomatoes for the copper, a half cup of spinach for beta-carotene, 6.25 ounces of cheddar cheese for vitamin B12, 1.6 cups of pumpkin seeds for zinc, 20 almonds for calcium, 2.66 cups of raw peanut butter. Now, which would you rather eat every day? This massive pile of fruits and veggies, or the tiny 1 ounce super shot? Not only would it be expensive to eat all those different foods every single day, most people wouldn't have the time to get them. You'd have to eat 167 grapes, almost 4 cups of quinoa, and 9 eggs at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's not even counting the foods you'd need for the other 63 nutrients. So be sure not to skip any of them. The downside is these superfoods can be expensive. To see how much this would cost in real life, I went to the store and bought the cheapest items I could find to get these critical nutrients. Having to do this kind of shopping every day would be quite a bit of work. If you like shopping, this can be fun, but most people I know just don't have the time to go to the store every day to get these items fresh. We're done at store number 1. There are some foods I can't find here, so we'll have to go to Whole Foods to get the rest. I'm not going to count drive time since I don't know how far away your closest Whole Foods style store is. The good news is it's easy to find some of the hard to find foods. The bad news is they're usually quite a bit more expensive. Now, your health is worth it though. These nutrients can help control weight loss and even give you more energy. That's it, got everything. Let's see what the grand total is. Now look at this, 500 grapes cost $58.54. 52 strawberries will run you $17.94. These are regular fruits, not organic. Quinoa is pretty pricey too, $40. And add in all the other ingredients, and I spent a whopping total of $187.01. Here's the bad news. That's just for a one-day supply. To eat this healthy for every day of the month will cost you 30 times that much. That's a grand total of $5,610.30. Now, if you want to check these receipts, I've got them below. Just click the link and it'll open up for you. You won't leave the video, don't worry. Now, obviously, you're not going to spend over $5,000 a month on groceries. That's insane. And the good news is, you don't need to. We realize that each of these foods has 1 or 2 critical nutrients you should be getting. Now, if you look at these vitamins, they're actually locked inside the foods I just listed. Your body has to go through a lot of other stuff just to get these critical ingredients. Take grapes, for instance. You don't just get the resveratrol to help fight aging. You get the skin, the flesh, and all the sugars too. Now, don't get me wrong, the whole foods have some healthy parts to them, but consuming 500 just to get the same amount of powerful resveratrol, that's just not possible for most people. So, what we've done is extracted what we believe are the 66 most critical food components and combined them in a purified carrier solution to make a high-potency superfood blend you can drink. There's so many nutrients packed in this blend, you get all these superfood ingredients in just a 1-ounce shot. Now you might be wondering, if buying the actual food is so expensive and getting the pills as cheaply as possible isn't much better, how much does this 1-ounce super shot cost? I figured to see what a fair price would be, I'd see what the actual foods would cost if you wanted to eat them every day. When you add up just the strawberries and grapes, you'd have to spend at least $2,200 a month. Add in the other foods, and you'd have to spend $5,610.30 for a 30-day supply in the grocery store. Pills are cheaper, but most people still don't have an extra $250 laying around to spend every month. And since this replaces all those supplements and gives you some of the critical nutrients from the actual foods, I think $225 for a 1-month supply would actually be a fair price. After all, this nutrient shot gives you some of the most critical ingredients, but you only need a tiny 1-ounce shot. But I want to make this affordable to consumers everywhere. I know you're serious about the health of you and your family, and I don't want the price to hold you back. So I thought $100 would be a bargain compared to the other options. But since you've watched this far, I know you're serious about your health. So I've decided to offer a 1-month supply of Body Boost for just $69.95. That's 31.4 times less than the $2,200 just the grapes and strawberries would cost you. $70 is what you'd pay for 1 hour with a decent personal trainer. And $69.95 for 30 days, that's just $233 a day, which is less than it costs you to get a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Plus, there's a good chance you won't feel the need to drink coffee once you feel the benefits of this health-boosting cocktail. If you've gotten this far, you must have figured out how much you can help your body by filling it with the right nutrients. The good news is thousands of other people are hearing the same message. Now the bad news is with the big discount I'm giving you, you're going to have to be sure they don't claim your supply of Body Boost. So just click the button below to grab your supply now.